I am here today at the London Knitting and Stitching Show, and I'm so excited that we have Rachel Bunney here. So today I'm interviewing Madeira ambassadors to take a little dive into their creative process and find out what matters most to them about thread. So Rachel, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you love to make.
Hi, I'm Rachel Bunney and I love to make things with embroidery. So I use a lot of Madeira threads in my embroidery work and also a bit of dressmaking as well.
Dressmaking, okay, so what do you love to create most with Madeira threads?
I really love using the sensor threads at the moment with freestanding lace. So I really like because they're a bit softer, so they don't kind of leave it too stiff. So it's really nice combination of the brightness and colour, but also the softness and obviously being eco-friendly as well, which is great.
Yeah, and it gives you that really good feeling because they're sustainable threads as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you offer to the world with your creative business?
So my business is called Bunney and Thread, so it's me and thread basically together. So I offer sewing machine and embroidery machine training. I do that online, and I also have an embroidery club, which is a membership thing that I do online as well. So we do master classes, have lots of nice chats and fun and share ideas and things, which is great.
Okay, well tell us where we can go to find that online.
Yeah, so my website is www.bunneyandthread.com, and that Bunney is with an E.
EY.
Yes,
okay.
EY as well, yeah.
So when do you remember first having Madeira threads in your hands?
So it would have been a few years ago when I was working for Brother Sewing Machines, and I remember getting a pack of the 10, maybe 12 set of sewing threads and just loving the colours, loving how they felt, and getting the box open, that kind of like sweet box thing. That's the thing, sweets are great, but threads are better.
Yeah. And do you have a few favourites that you use the most?
I would probably say, I have to say the sensor for sure, but also the metallics. I really like the metallic threads as well.
Great for embroidery, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how does Madeira thread elevate your work?
So having that little extra, I think the choices of colour as well. So the ranges of different types of threads are great, but also so the metallics, like I said, just adds that little bit of extra pizzazz to embroidery. So yeah, I think for that one would be the metallic threads.
Okay. So if you had a little moment of inspiration or something that you wanted to say to your community, what would you say to lift them up?
I would have to say, just give yourself a bit of time, be kind to yourself, because I think sometimes we put ourselves under pressure to kind of get things finished or get things started at least. But I think it's just give yourself a decent amount of time, block it off, get everything ready, and then just sit and sew. Whether it's something easy, something a bit challenging, just have a plan and get it together and just sit and have a go.
Yeah, get yourself set up for success, right?
Exactly,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you had a thread tip, what would that be?
I think, well, because we've talked a bit about metallic threads, I'm probably going to say use a metallic needle. So because I'm from the sewing machine side of things as well, so slowing your machine down a little bit can really help with the metallic thread. And using that metallic needle can really help with the bigger eye for the metallic threads to go through.
Great advice. There are so many people out there who use the same needle for everything.
I know,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you most proud of along your creative journey?
Okay, so a few years ago I had this idea. I have lots of ideas in my head. So I put this idea together and I made this 2 metre tall giraffe out of fleece, but I made embroidered little giraffe splodges. I'm sure there's a proper name for those. But the little giraffe splodges, I embroidered them, I layered textures over them and that kind of thing, and it just came out really beautifully. And I've got a picture of my grandma, who's no longer with us. My grandma's sitting next to it in her wheelchair looking up to it, and it's just like, that's one of my favourite pictures. That's one of my favourite makes, definitely.
Oh, lovely. Okay. And last question, where can we find you on the social media?
So on social media, it's Bunney and Thread, so Bunney and Thread, and that's on Instagram and Facebook.
Well, thank you so much for sharing some of your story today.
No worries, thank you for having me.